We're making graham crackers today, and you don't even need a box. Ah! Well, look who's here. My little nephew. Welcome to Help at Home, your resource for great recipes
and easy learning.
I'm Jim Hightower.
And I'm Jackson Craig.
And today we're making homemade graham crackers, and I bet you've never tasted any quite so good. So grab your pen and paper, here come the ingredients. Or you can look under the description below. You will need 1 stick of butter softened at room temperature for about 1 hour, 3/4 cup to 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, homemade is better, and we have a video on that, 3 cups of either all-purpose flour, or if you're getting into the more healthier ways that we've been talking about with the whole grains, you can use soft white flour, you can use hard red wheat, or spelt or einkorn. I'm going to use spelt today. 3/4 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon ground cinnamon, or you can leave it out or even make it a half. It just depends. Some people like a little extra burn, some people like no burn at all. And 1/2 cup of water. Now I'm going to warn you on the brown sugar. If you substitute honey, that will change up the liquid in the recipe and you'll get something different, which we're going to make later, but I just wouldn't do that right now.
For this you will need a big bowl and a medium bowl. The first big bowl will consist of brown sugar, 3/4 of a cup, and 1 stick of butter. Your medium bowl will consist of your flour, your baking powder, your salt, and your cinnamon.
Or your dry ingredients mainly. All right.
First, we will mix the butter and brown sugar together.
So this is what it looks like, creamed. You could go a little further if you wanted to, but it's not a big deal. Then, it's very simple. Oh, we're touching the stove and making noise. All right, we do. You need 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla or homemade. Don't use the fake stuff. It's just terrible. 1 teaspoon exactly. Oh, that smells so good. All right. Then we're mixing about 1 cup of the flour, the dry ingredients, in as we alternate with the 1/2 cup of water.
You'll pour a little bit of the water in, pour a little bit of the dry ingredients in.
About a cup.
Yes, then mix it and you will just repeat the process till you are out of your dry ingredients and water.
Looking good. Slow it down a little, and a little more there. There you go. Then we keep touching this pad on this stove and it keeps beeping.
Yes, Grandma and Granddad had some renovations done, and this beep is caused when there's stuff on the stove that shouldn't be there.
It's looking good. We're almost there. And it's good to budget your water, because if you pour it all or pour too much in at once, it may be too dry to get all your ingredients, all your flour ingredients in. Very good.
I'm ready to take bobby flay on.
All right. I'm going to over here. Whoops.
Sorry.
Hello, it's me. Stove. You do want to scrape the bottom and sides of your bowl just to make sure everything gets in. I may give it one little whirl myself. Whoopsie. Alright. That'll do it. Now, because this has soft butter in it, it can be hard to work with because we have to roll this out before we put it in the oven. So I would cover this. You could put a hand towel over it and let it rest for 30 minutes or an hour. You can even put it in the refrigerator. That'll help harden up the butter. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Actually, through the magic of television, we have another bowl in the refrigerator right now.
Oh, would you look at that?
Oh my goodness. You'll need 2 9x13 pans, or even larger if you have it and they fit your oven, and parchment paper or foil to fit it. Roughly, what happened to my scraper? There it is. Roughly, you can try to take about half per sheet. Sometimes you get half, sometimes you don't. Alright, this 30-minute rest not only firms up the butter, but it also gives the flour a chance to suck up all the fluids, especially if you're using the whole grain flours like I did. And this spelt has a nice nutty flavor without the bitterness that the hard red wheat does. You want to roll this out to about 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch, you know, cracker size. Alright, we'll see. Then you get this neat thing here. It's called a pizza dough pricker, but it's great for things like crackers, pie crust. It pricks the holes to let them cook evenly, and it also helps them look more professional.
If you don't have one of these, you can. It would take a lot longer, but you can use a toothpick or something. But I don't know if it's worth it or not.
Or a fork.
True.
Also, over here in the staging area, have a pizza cutter, and I'm not pushing quite all the way through, but just putting a light score through, and you can decide where you want that. Okay, so mine wasn't quite the prettiest. It kind of came out in a modified circle, but that's okay. We'll see what Jackson can do.
Yes. Now it's my turn.
Maybe he can beat old Unc here. Oh yeah, that's got you good. By the way, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Oh, do you need a pinch of flour?
Yes. Yeah, and you can use flour, put it on top of this to prevent sticking.
You just kind of feel it. I think you're about there. If you go too far, it can overcook, or one pan will be, yours might finish before mine does. Alright, you can
Prick it.
get the dough pricker, and it's just fun to use. You might push the other way so you're putting your weight on it. You can push all the way through with that. The neat thing about making your own is you can decide what ingredients you put in, you can decide what size you cut it, and it's just fun. Also, I have this, was actually from the dollar store, or no, it was from one of those stores, but it's called Morena Pure Cane Sugar, and it's dried sugar cane juice. It's basically unprocessed sugar. It's kind of bigger crystals of sugar, which is fun for baking with, but it's also just a little bit healthier. Anyway, you can sprinkle that on top, or you can leave it totally
Sugarless on the
sugarless,
top.
plain.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want any, or are you going to leave yours plain?
Yeah, I better put some on mine.
As always, all ovens are different, and especially with the AccuBake system that lets, you know, the broiler come on even while baking. So anywhere from 10 minutes to maybe 25 minutes. If you roll it out thinner, definitely 10 to 15 maybe, and just check on it frequently the first time and take notes. Here they are, fresh out of the oven, and guess I need to slide them over a little so people can see there. Jackson's was a little thinner, and so his was a little bit more crispy. Mine were a little thicker, and I could have let them go longer. We did about 15 or so minutes on his, and maybe 17 on mine. Mine was on the top rack, and anyway, you can try to get them on the scores and see. That's not bad.
So I know mine's crispy.
Yeah. And if yours turn out a little too soft, then you can, of course, put them back in the oven for 3 to 5 or 7 minutes until they are crispy enough. Now here's an edge, and I'm going to give it a try. Nice and flavorful. It has that cinnamon taste, a little bit of that, well, for lack of a better term, raw sugar on top. Way more flavor than any graham crackers that you would get at the store. Did you try yours?
Guess I can. Not bad at all.
If you like this video for homemade graham crackers, and you didn't even need a box, give it a
Thumbs up.
subscribe and share with your
Friends.
who like to cook.
Or want to learn how to.
Click the bell in the top right-hand corner for notifications. I'm Jim Hightower.
And I'm Jackson Craig.
And remember, everyone needs help.
Even him.
Even me. We're making... bleh.
Great start.
I know. Welcome to Help at Home, your resource for great recipes and...
Easy learning.
I'm Jim Hightower.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay.
You can use We have a bead.
Your big bowl will consist of 1 cup of brown sugar and 1 stick of butter. Your medium bowl will consist...
Welcome to Help at Home.
You see this, Dad? Oh, I'm ready.
If you like this, if you don't, we're through.
Okay, good job. Thanks, Uncle.